I want to here show you and explain to you the data store for how test data is saved. We've just run a test here, which was dynamic cyclic, where the first stage was 100 points per cycle, the second stage was 1,000 points per cycle. We just showed that we can export those, and here I left it at the default, which is all of the data. Now the key thing with the data store is that at the fastest possible data rate, every single piece of data is stored. So it's only at the end point here, where we choose to export our data, that we can choose how much data we actually want. Maybe we don't want all of the data, but it's absolutely key and feels like a very, very new and important feature that for the purposes of the technicians doing the test, they can't get it wrong and choose to save too small an amount of data by choosing to save it too infrequently. Now, just to show you here, as an example, if I chose linear, I can choose 1 or 2 seconds, with 1 second interval between the data for a static linear test being the most frequent. And I'm going to leave stage 2 as all. Now stage 2, remember, is the 1,000 points per cycle at 1 hertz, so a kilohertz. If I export that to an open file, let's overwrite this file, Carl2, we will see that the first stage is a data point every 1 second, and then the second stage is all, which was 1 kilohertz data, so we've got data points every 1 millisecond. Now, just to demonstrate, that data file, that data store, is still there in the system, and we can go back to it at any time. So if we go to process the data and we realise we've got it wrong, or we haven't got enough data, I can go back and change this to all, for example, or if it was a static test and I was saving every 30 seconds, I might want to change to every 10 seconds. And now I re-export. Let's overwrite that Carl file. And now we have the data exactly in the rawest possible format at the full data rate that we exported. There's stage 1, which should be 20 seconds long, and then we go straight into stage 2 with the 1 millisecond data rate. So it really does save the technicians some stress of worrying as whether they've set the test up with enough data.